Hello and welcome once again. So today we will be learning another Angular specific locator, that is ng model, and we will also learn how we can incorporate the ng model in our test cases and execute our test cases using this Angular specific locator. So first thing is that we will open our website, which is Way2 Automation, and inside that website, if we do a inspect element, just like id name in HTML, we will also have another Angular specific locator, which is ng model. So if we click on this deposits, we see that ng model equals to amount. Okay, this is same as other Angular specific locators. There's nothing difference between other Angular specific locators and this one. This is also a specific Angular locators which is used while developing the Angular websites. Now we want to use this ng model as a locator and execute our test case. So first thing we want to do is that we will go to customer login. We will click on navely long button, then we'll click on the login, and then we will click on this deposits. And using this, once we click on this deposit, we will have this amount field opened. We will pass some values and click on this deposit button finally. So let's start our coding, and we will use this by using model. We have already written the code till login, and if we see this, we have till customer login, we have choose navely long button and login. At this, up to this is done. Now the first thing is how we have to do is that click on this deposit icon. To click on this deposit icon, we don't have any specific thing available here. Apart from that, we have a button text. We can use button text, this deposits. Okay, so this is a button and this is the text deposit, so we can use button text. But there is a problem of using a button text because this deposit term is twice. When we click on this one, this all deposit also is coming from the button text deposit. If we do a inspect element upon this one, this is also a button text deposit. So once we have this one deposit, we will also have another one deposit here. So, and both of them are button. So we have to do a array, and we have to traverse the array to click the first one, which is index 0, and this one will be the index 1. Okay, so we will go back to the code, and in the code we will create a variable deposit button, and we will use element dot all. Okay, and here we will use by dot button text, right? And inside that we will use the text deposit. Okay, so in this line of this code, what we have done, we have put whatever the button text data are available, how many times they are available, we have put all the data in this variable. Now we will traverse this variable to iterate the exact button which we want. For the first one, the button deposit button, we will have an index of get 0, right? And we will do a click. So let us run this one, and we will check whether our button is clicking or not. This is for the first deposit button, that is the blue color deposit button. So you can see that it has clicked on the deposit and it is working fine. Now the next thing is that model. Once we have this deposit button clicked, say we have this deposit button clicked, we have the field where we want to pass some data, right? So we want to add 1000. So we have to write it in the code. We will use element by dot model and the name of the model we will find it using the inspect element, and this one is the amount. Okay, once we do on the amount, we can do send keys, and we can do a operation here. This will just pass the values. This will pass the values of 1000 to the field. The next step will be we have to click on this deposit one. This is the second one. Okay, so we have already created this one, deposit button. So we will be doing deposit button, and here the index will be 1, because the first index was that the blue one. The second button index will be therefore 1, right? We do a click operation, and that will be all done. We will do a browser.sleep so that we can see the operation. Give a 3 second. So ideally that should be the end of this test case. So let us run and see whether everything is working fine or not. It is clicked on the customer login. It will choose Navely long button. Again it will click on login. Now it will click on deposit. It's click and saying the deposit is successful. Okay, so this is how the test case is running, and it is working fine. So by using the ng model, we can easily identify the field we want to, and we can use the model locator in our test cases for its operation. We have learned another locator, which is model.